um, Snow Guard. This is I have them all in F just because like it's a big list. I just wanted to put all the ones and zeros up there to start so I could just see them. So Agent 13, I would say, I'm not gonna lie, I would say 13 is like probably A rank one cost. Reason for that, like you could obviously run her with like the Devil Dinosaur, Moon Girl type decks. She has good synergy with Collector, good synergy with Quindet, which also that y'all already know is another one cost. But I mean, she's just a good card. I feel like you could throw her on any deck. Like, she also helps you, especially if you're a newer player, get more experience with like all the different type of cards you don't own. And there's really no drawback to runner, to be honest. Obviously, like every one cost card is weak to like Killmonger and stuff like that, but I feel like she's pretty solid. I might move her down to B as we go on, but yeah, we're just gonna keep it going. Ant-Man, I don't think Ant-Man is as good as 13. Reason why you kind of have to like clog the lane. You already know he's like +3 power if you have 4 cards, so you gotta clog the lane. And I feel like he's too hard to set up. There's a lot of counterplay to Ant-Man. Like you can, if you see your opponents like clogging that lane, you can just play the other 2 lanes, and it's like you're kind of wasting. But I wouldn't put him in C or D because he does have good synergy with like what's her name, Spectrum. Like you run like different types of ongoing decks. You can use them in the Ultron deck where you obviously you don't have to worry about like spending all your turns clogging that lane because you can, you know, play Ultron last, get that +3 boost. But yeah, Ant-Man's pretty decent. So next we got Angel. I'm not gonna lie, Angel, looking at most of these cards, I wouldn't put most of them in D, but I feel like Angel might be one of the worst one costs up to this point, right? Because he's only really useful in a destroyed deck, but at the same time, you're probably better off running like Deadpool, you know, where's Nova, the Hood. I just wouldn't use him. He's also essentially like a worse M'Baku. Like I just feel like there's just really no reason to use Angel, period. Because if you're using a destroy deck, right, you don't want to, I feel like you only have 12 cards, you don't want to waste the slot on him. I mean, he's cool if you don't have like some of the later series 3s like Deadpool and stuff like that, but other than that, like as soon as you get one of these cards, it's no use for him. So we're gonna go to the next card, which is Bass. Man, this card, like, it's just so annoying to face off against. Because y'all, I'm pretty sure everybody watching this has probably played some variation of like a Bass Mr. Negative deck, or like those Bass decks where you run like Kitty Pryde, Angela, Bishop, like those annoying decks, man. Bass is really good. So what's up, y'all, man? I'm sorry I had to cut the video. My hair was brushing against the mic and it just sounded really bad. I didn't want y'all to hear that. But basically all y'all missed was I put Blade in B, Deadpool in B, Ebony Maw in C, and then Elektra in D. Blade, he's pretty much limited to the discard deck, but he is pretty strong being 1 and 3. So that's why I put him in B. Deadpool, he can be pretty strong. You just have to destroy him so many times. But that's also a benefit, being the only one cost that can come back after being destroyed. That's why I put him in B. Ebony Maw, while he is strong, he is very limited due to the fact that you can't play him after turn 3. Although you can hide him behind like Invisible Woman and stuff like that and remove his abilities with like Zero and other cards. But it's just the fact that you have to do so much setup with him is why I put him in C rank. Although he is pretty good and he can honestly be B, but I just put him in C. And then lastly, Elektra. I'm not going to lie, Elektra's pretty useless. As long as Killmonger's in the game and does what he does, there's really no reason to use Elektra. And that's why I put her in D. She could be cool, but I mean, there's really no reason to use her.
So yeah, let's get back to the video.
Ghost is pretty interesting, right? Her ability, I feel like her ability is cool. And it's definitely like one of the more unique abilities in the game. The problem is, I feel like having the priority to get your cards revealed first is such a big deal in this game, especially like, let's say for example, your opponent's running a destroy deck or something, right? And you have Armor or Cosmo that you want to pull out, and you have more points than them, right? Let's say you want to play that lane, you want to play Cosmo Armor in that lane. They're already going to be able to destroy their cards because you're playing Ghost, right? On top of that, she's a 1 cost, so she can be destroyed by Killmonger. But I feel like she does have more utility than Angel and Elektra, and she's definitely not as bad as them. So I'm gonna put her down here or up there in C rank. And then up next, so yeah, we got Hawkeye up next. Hawkeye is trash. Just don't use him, period, right? I'm not even gonna speak on him. Human Torch, put him like late B. Now, think about Human Torch, like you will most find success using him in like some form of a move deck. But since like Phoenix Force just recently came out, you can get a lot of mileage with like reviving him and then moving him. But actually, I might put him in C, honestly. I feel like you need, he's either late B or like the top of C. He's definitely not as bad as these two. I feel like he's or these three, and he's definitely, he's like, if there was like a B- or C+ Human Torch would go there. Reason for that, like, you have to run him and move, or you need Phoenix Force, which a lot of y'all don't have because you didn't pay for the season pass. On top of that, move isn't that strong of an archetype to begin with because it's so predictable, and you can just play the right 2 lanes, and like with what's his name, Heimdall, I don't really know how to say, the dude from Thor that opens the gate, right? Everything's going to the left, so it's kind of hard to pull him off. On top of that, if he gets too strong, like, you can destroy him pretty easily with like another dude, I'm gonna say his name wrong, Shang-Chi, or like Sun, I don't know how to say his name, but yeah, Human Torch is not, he's alright, especially for move decks. Up next, we got Iceman. Put Iceman in S. You can literally throw Iceman on any team, and more often than not, just completely ruin your opponent's game plan, right? That like +1 cost to a card could like make or break some decks, and like, he's very flexible. You can run him on any style of deck. Just throw him on any team as a 1 cost, and he'll like get the job done for you for sure. Obviously, he doesn't work on like 6 cost cards that are already in your hand, but other than that, he's really good. Especially if you want to like get a turn 5. Let's say you got Nimrod, and you want to get a turn 5 Nimrod off. Can't do that. So yeah, he's just very good at disrupting your opponent, and you're just a very good, solid card overall. So our second A rank, I'm gonna put Iron Fist up there. Reason for that is obviously you're going to use Iron Fist on every move deck. You might not use Human Torch, but you're going to use Iron Fist. You can also like get some pretty creative stuff off with Iron Fist outside of move oriented decks. Say you got like, I don't know, Storm on the left, and it's like you played him on turn 4 to move your turn 5 card to the left with Storm. Like, there's so much you can play Iron Fist in such a variety of different ways. The reason why I wouldn't put him up in S rank though is because I just feel like you can't really throw him on any team. You still need like a system or a style of deck, most often the move style, in order to pull him off. All right, so up next we got Hood. The Hood, right? And put him in B. He's pretty good, obviously, on destroy teams. if you want to use like Viper to combine with him. And these are old stats. I'm pretty sure he's like -1, costs -3 power by now with the six power demon. But yeah, pretty much the same as Deadpool, right? You probably want to run him on a destroy team. And he's pretty solid at that. Only problem with him is the -2, which I feel like prevents him from being an A or S tier card. All right, so let's go to Korg up next. I'm gonna put Korg in S rank as well, pretty much for the same reasoning as Iceman, because like sometimes you really need a specific card, and that rock will just completely ruin your deck. You could throw him on any style of team, and he'll get the job done for you, right? Not really much to say on Korg. He's pretty solid, especially on that Darkhawk style deck. Now next we got Kitty Pryde. If this was pre-nerf, Kitty Pryde would be in a tier of her own. I would have a SS and just put her up there. But since she got nerfed, she's still in S tier, right? Just like the rest of these 3 cards, you could throw her on any team. She's really good at preventing your opponent from playing Killmonger, because it returns to your hand at the start of every turn. So like it lowers your power. So they might, if they want to counter her with Killmonger, they might end up playing him first, and then you still get your kitty out. Like she's just a pretty good card, man. Especially with has a great synergy with Angela and like Angela Bishop, like that. I believe that's like called a bounce style deck. She's just really good on that. Really good in general. You could throw her on any team, and she'll do work for you. She'll do your taxes for you for sure. Jordan. And then okay, all right. So up next we got Mantis. Mantis is not that good, bro. She's not as horrible as these two, because drawing your opponent's card can be a pretty good thing, but oftentimes when you're creating your own deck, you're not really accounting for your opponent's card, so that might just be a waste of a draw, honestly. But it is decent at disturbing your opponent, so I just feel like she's not really as strong, and she doesn't really have synergy. Although you can throw her on any team, she's not. You would probably prefer to use like one of these 3 cards, or even Agent 13. I feel like she's pretty much a worse Agent 13 if you really think about it. So yeah, that's pretty much it on her. M'Baku, I'm gonna put him at the end of B. Actually, yeah, I'm put him at the end of B. He probably has as much utility as the rest of these cards. He essentially has no ability if you actually draw him, but that last 2 power on at the end of the game can it's really good to like just give you that extra edge to beat your opponent out for that lane. And he's not bad at all. I almost want to move Ebony Maw up, but yeah, we're gonna see. Misty, regular Misty I would put like at the very end of the tier list. So obviously y'all know she has no ability. It's really no reason to run her over any 1 cost. But Evolve Misty, she's one of the best cards in the game, I can't lie. One thing about this game, you're never gonna have like that perfect game, or you're rarely gonna have that perfect game where you pull every card you need in sequential order and you spend all your energy on each turn. So Evolve Misty is just like, it's just really good to give you power for free, right? Nova, I'm also gonna put Nova in S. Reason for that, y'all know every one-cost card is countered by Killmonger, but Nova actually has synergy with Killmonger's. On top of that, y'all know he gives every card on your side +1 power, which is huge. He's definitely good with like those Silver Surfer type decks, Destroy decks, really any deck he can alongside Killmonger, he can really help your deck out, help you win a lot of games, to be honest. Nightcrawler, I'm putting Nightcrawler in A. He's pretty much like Iceman, Korg, and Agent. Like you can run him on any team. Obviously, he works best with one style, which is move, or really two styles, like the move or the lockdown style decks. But I feel like you really can't go wrong with this card, right? Not really that much to say on it. It's not really restrictive either at all. While some of these in the B rank might be a little bit more restrictive. And then Rocket Raccoon. The reason I want to put Rocket, like you guys just saw me put Mantis in C rank, right? But I want to put Rocket I actually want to put him, I'll probably put him in B. Just that 1/4 is just so good. And I feel like when you get the Guardians of the Galaxy cards off, like it just like you do mental damage to the opponent, right? Like you just know that you're outplaying them when you get them off. And he is better than Mantis for the reason of like you're not wasting a slot in your deck, you're actually like boosting your power. So, or you're not potentially wasting, you're actually boosting your power with Rocket. So I'm putting him in B. Quicksilver. There's a lot of mid cards in this game, I'm not gonna front. Quicksilver, I'm either putting C or B. I'll probably put him in C though. You can run him on any team, right? He's great at like thinning your deck out. But I feel like some teams, like if you're running a specific style, like Destroy, Move, or whatever, you're better off with another one-cost card. But yeah, Quicksilver, he's definitely not horrible, right? He's definitely not these bottom three down there. Go ahead and put him in A. Very good card. Enables cards like Mantis, like Agent, right? Like Moon Girl, like that. Those like Devil Dinosaur style decks, right? Even works as a good counter against like Korg in a sense, and what's his name, Rock Slide, right? Just like lowering your having a stronger card or even a one cost at a cheaper price is just a really good thing. I'm actually gonna put him in S. He's way better than him. Not gonna front. Squirrel Girl, B. Really versatile, right? You can run her with Patriot, Destroy decks, on that Ant-Man, Dazzler style type of team, right? She has a lot of utility, and she's just pretty solid. Like I don't have anything. I might just put her. Is she better than him? Yeah, I'm putting her in A. Put her in A. I feel like she has more utility than these cards. Right? I don't even know how to say this dude's name. Uatu the Watcher. Uatu, y'all leave a comment, tell me how to say this man's name, but I'm putting him in D. It's cool to know what all three locations are, but you can't really capitalize. I mean, you can, but more often than not, this card is useless, right? So that's all I'm gonna say on him. Yondu, S rank, can literally, I might even make a SS and I'm gonna just put him Reason for that, obviously works great with destroy decks, but you can run him on any team like most of these other S and A cost cards, and he can literally just ruin your opponent's entire game plan just by destroying the card. And that's that's huge to win games, right? So nothing bad about using Yondu ever, to be honest. All right, so up next we got Nebula. Nebula she's S. Unfortunate that she's like a series 5, like not a lot of people have her, but like most of these, there's really no drawback to using her. She forces your opponent to play in one lane. You can capitalize off that with like Lizard in another lane. You can do a lot with Nebula, running on any style of team, and get the most mileage out of her over a lot of other one-cost cards, just because her power increases so much. Not a lot to say about her, but she's really a good card. Definitely want to use her when I get her, because I don't have her. Alright, so up next we got Ghost Spider. It still says 2-3 on here, but we know she got like changed to a 1-2. I'm gonna put her, she either S or A rank, right? You can do a lot outside of move style decks with Ghost Spider. Really versatile, really underexplored, honestly, because she's pretty new at the time of this video coming out. But yeah, I mean, Ghost Spider is just solid. Like, she either at A or S, to be honest. I don't really have much to say on her though. And then Echo, I wouldn't put Echo in S. I don't know. I don't own Echo yet, but she can either hinder or help you. She might even be B, to be honest. She's either A or B. I feel like she's probably somewhere around that B plus, because she can help the opponent. Like, say you put her down, then they play Lizard turn 2. Like, it's bad for you, but she does force like if they're running like an ongoing style of team, she forces the opponent to like kind of be in an uncomfortable situation. But I mean, she's definitely not bad, right? She definitely has more utility than C, every card in C and D. She's probably A or B though. Definitely not S, I feel like, just because she can help the opponent, while none of these cards help the opponent at all, right? Snow Guard. Zero. I'm put 0 on A. 1 and 3 is pretty good. One of the best powers for he might even be S, but I feel like he's really only beneficial if you're gonna run like Ebony Maw. You have to run like very specific cards, but just because he has so much power and he can make cards like Maw and Atuma like pretty much have no drawbacks, I'm putting him in A. Because yeah, he has more benefits than these cards, while even though you have to run him in like a very specific way. Sunspot, y'all know he's 1-0 now, but like Sunspot, come on, man. Next. Howard can't be bad, right? He just can't be bad. Put him in S, honestly. Titania is definitely, I don't know, man. She's either C or D, to be honest. She's not good. Like, if you run her with 0, she could be good, but I mean, Ebony Maw is also good with 0, and he's stronger. Top of that, you have to run him or you have to run her with 0. I mean, you can run her with like Invisible Woman, but she's just not that good, to be honest. You're making your decks inconsistent, right? Yellow Jack, I'm gonna put him down here and see. Even though he's free and has 2 power, you either want to have Luke Cage or you need to make sure you play him first, which, I mean, you're gonna play 1 cost cards first for the most part. He can also be used on like a lockjaw style of deck, but I mean, it's just that negative attribute that he gives all your cards. It's just not that good. And I mean, he can be in B, but I don't know, man. He's all right. He's definitely all right, right? He's not horrible. And then last we got Wasp. Other 0 cost, right? You can run her with Patriot. I'm gonna say, since I have Misty, I'm gonna talk about regular Wasp. You can run her with Patriot. Obviously, you can run Misty with Patriot. I didn't speak on that earlier, but regular Wasp, Patriot, Lockjaw. I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, you could put her on any team. She's free, right? Like 0 cost, but only 1 power, which is not that good. But I mean, she's definitely not bad. She's definitely better than Yellow Jacket, that's for sure. I think B is a good spot for her. And yeah, I mean, at the moment, that's all the 1 and 0 cost cards, y'all. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you agree, disagree. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Make sure y'all watch the next part, the 3rd part, all the way up. We're gonna be doing these all the way up till 6.